know you're going to be 21 next week, right? And I 29 next week. 39 next week. Now I read somewhere you said when you get to 40, then you're going to be too undignified to be a musician thereafter. What do you think could happen to you when you get to 40?
Yeah, I think I'll be washed up probably in another year.
1990 was a bittersweet year for Chrissie Hynde. Her marriage to Jim Kerr had ended, and she was raising 2 young girls on her own.
In my time, one thing I've learned, if you play with fire, you get burned.
She put out a new Pretenders album, but now she was a one-woman band, and the record felt half-hearted. The critics were harsh, and Chrissie did not tour. By 1993, she was ready to do whatever it took to get her music back on the radio. She tried writing songs with Billy Steinberg and Tom Kelly, the Hollywood pop team that knocked out hits from Madonna and Cyndi Lauper. It worked.
One of those over my dead body, well, I'll have anything to do with this, because it sounded way too calculating. And yet, you know, it's probably one of our most beautiful songs. I stand by you. I stand by you. Won't let nobody hurt you. I stand by you.
She put together a new band with guitarist Adam Seymour, who she'd admired in the Katydids, and bassist Andy Hobson. But as they began rehearsing with different drummers, Chrissie realized something was missing.
We'd be listening back, and there'd be some pumping drummer doing all this stuff. And Chrissie would be like, no, it's just, what's wrong? It just doesn't sound right. There was something about it that she didn't like, and I could never quite work it out. For some reason, I think it was that someone had mentioned to her, like, hey, where's Martin?
I just was missing him terribly, actually. Especially on that sort of mid-tempo, swingy Pretender stuff. No one could play it like he can. And finally, I started getting it started to frustrate me.
I got back from a weekend away and there was about 7 messages. He's only ever called me about 5 times in my life. There were 7 messages on the mission. And so I called her. I said, I'm going to come down and rehearse. And sure, I'd love to. And I think we ended up rehearsing and she said, do you want to join the group? I said, yeah, okay.
With Martin back after a near 10-year absence, they released Last of the Independents. It was hailed as the best Pretenders album in a decade. The Pretenders then embarked upon their first tour in 8 years. Soon after, Chrissie made a triumphant return to her home, when the Pretenders opened the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Ohio in 1995.
She's a tribute to her lifestyle, actually. It really is. Her voice is better than it's ever been. Personally, she's a pleasure to be around, and she wasn't always that way because of the hard times she's had in the past.
This was for James Honeyman Scott and Pete Fondon, without whom we wouldn't be here today. I've kept the spirit of the music alive, and certainly it still sounds like the Pretenders because I'm still doing what I know Jimmy would have wanted and what I know Pete would have wanted. I didn't want to throw it all away. I know they didn't want to throw it all away. You know, I was the only one that was able to keep it alive, and I have kept it alive, very much out of respect for them, for all the hard work they put into it. You know, in Jimmy's case, that was the only thing that was important to him.
And the hard bit is to continue to make good music, and that's why Chrissie and I are still together, because we still have an urge to make good music.
What I'm thinking about is like the audience. They have got to see this band experience, which was the experience that I had when I saw Mitch Ryder in the Detroit Wheels. You know, I wanted to devastate them, and I want them to go home and, you know, with their lives changed forever. They don't make them like they used to. No, they don't make them like they used to. They just don't make them like they used to. I'm from Ohio, though, so you really...